16. Alright, so this is a Unit 3 review. Okay, so find the corresponding angle to measure in radians for this one right here. Let's see if I can zoom it. There you go. Okay, so now for this right here, we have, so if I have this in degrees, that means I have to turn it into radians. So I would do the math. It's going to be 150 times pi over 180. And if you notice, since it's being multiple choice here, all my answers have to be in terms of pi. So I don't actually have to multiply the pi. So I'm going to do the 150. So 150 over 180. So I have my fraction here for this. Hit enter, and it's going to give me 5 over 6. So that's going to give me 5 over 6. And in terms of pi, that would be 5 pi over 6. The answer is A. Now, same thing for 470. So same thing for 470. So I'm going to do the same thing I just did. So it would be 470 over 180. So it's 47 over 18. So my answer is going to be 47 pi over 18, right? So 47 pi over... Yeah, that's what the calculator did. That's why I did it in the calculator. So, huh? Okay, for this one, yes. But some of the other ones, it won't come out so simple. Okay, so now let's take a look at 3. Now 3 gives you a negative angle. So I'm going to do the same thing. So it's going to be a negative 450 over 180. So it's going to be negative 5 over 2. So in terms of pi, so it's going to be negative 5 pi over 2. Questions so far? Yeah.
What's the difference between 1 and 2?
1 and 2? 1 and 2 right here. Now, this one is already on your unit circle, right? This one's on your unit circle, and this one right here, it's beyond your unit circle. So your unit circle will only go up to 360 degrees, which is 2 pi. So that's as far as it go. So you would have to do the math for this one anyway. This one, you could find it on the unit circle. Okay. All right, so number 4, convert the radian measure to degrees. So 5 pi over 2. So 5 pi over 2. So now to do the math for this one right here, so this would be 5 pi over 2 times, now to go from radian to degree, I multiply by what? 180 over pi. Now this one is in terms of pi, so I could actually leave it, my pi's there like that, because my pi's will cancel. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what I got here. Make sure it's not too much glare. All right, so that's going to be 5 pi over 2. So 5 pi over 2 times 180. Control divide. There we go. So it's 180 over pi. So I have the whole thing in. So even with the pi's for this right here, so it will cancel. So my answer is going to be 450. So that's going to be 450 what? Degrees, right? 450 degrees. So my answer is C. Yes. Yeah, you can. As long as they can't, you know that they're going to cancel, it would be fine. But I'm just showing you the work to go along with it. All right, so number 5. Number 5 says we're converting that to radians, right? Convert the degree measure to radians. So now if you notice right here, they're all in decimals, aren't they? Yes. Okay, so that means if it says a decimal, what do you have to do with your pi? multiply it in, right? So you need your pi in there. If this was each of your answers had a pi, that means that it would be in terms of pi. But this one, since there's no pi's, that means you have to multiply out your pi. So same steps happen. So that would be 54 times pi over 180. So 54 times pi over 180. So it's going to give me 0.9424. So 9424. Okay, there we go. Answer is going to be D. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Number 6. Now this one right here, we're going from radian to degrees. So this one, it has no pi in it, right? There's no pi there. Since there is no pi, that means that the pi is already multiplied in there. Abdullah, can you see? Okay. Yeah, so you actually have to have the math for that one. So that's going to be a negative 4.2 times 180 divided by pi. So negative 4.2 times 180 over pi. So I get negative 240.642. So that's going to be C. Now, any questions so far? Number 7. Yeah.
Number 6, can you just have divided 1.2 by 5?
Okay, you could divide by pi, but you still have that 180 you have to multiply by. Okay? All right. So this one right here. So find the exact value without using a calculator. Now, we know that CSC is the reciprocal of which value? Sine. So that's the reciprocal of sine. So I would take the sine at this number, sine at this number. Okay, now I should, okay, I'll wait till second semester to make you start memorizing the unit circle, but I'll let you use the unit circle on this test as long as you have one. Okay, and if you don't have one, you might be in trouble. Okay, so now find 4 pi over 3. Okay, so the sine, so it's going to be 1 over negative rad 3 over 2, right? Because it's going to come out to be the reciprocal, right? It's 1 over the sine because it's the reciprocal of it, right?
Where'd you get that from?
Okay, so I have this right here, and take the reciprocal. When I take the reciprocal, that's going to become a negative 2 over radical 3. And you have to do what from here? Rationalize. Multiply top bottom by radical 3. So that's going to end up giving me negative 2 radical 3 over 3. So my answer comes out to be? I did that kind of quick. Is everyone okay with that? Okay. Not yet? So, you're not ready to move on yet? Okay, I'll give you a second. All right, okay now? All right, let me come back to this, Marco. Oh, I'm kind of recording right now. I can't sit here and stare at it. I'll come back to that question, all right? All right, so now, tangent at negative 7 pi over 4. So a lot of people yesterday were having trouble with this problem. Okay, and someone actually borrowed my unit circle that was on my desk. I think it was some tall building. Okay, so it's asking for negative 7 pi over 4. So the negative refers to that it's going backwards, right?
Yeah.
So if I count backwards, this would be negative pi over 4, right?
Yeah.
That's 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, because 2 over 2 is 1/2, right? Okay. Now, this one's going to be 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4. 4 over 4 reduces to 1, right? Okay, 4 over 4. This is going to be 5 over 4, 6 over 4, and 7 over 4. So that's going to be the negative 7 over 4, because I counted backwards with this. So negative 7 pi over 4 is going to be right here. Yes? I know what you're talking about. Yes, but you know what? Just use the unit circle, count backwards. Because I need to know. I had someone try and do that the other day, and it spent more time trying to explain that, and it just confused the crap out of them. Okay, for this one it works. For this one it works. So you find the pot, this one right here, and negative goes here. Okay, it works on this one. Some of the other ones it does not work. Some of the other ones it comes out here. Okay, so now for this one right here, let's take a look. Please put it away. Please put it away. Now, this right here, so tangent is sine over cosine. So sine is this, cosine is this. The signs are the same, right? So that's going to give me a positive 1. So positive 1 right there. So I got that off my unit circle. Okay. There's number 8.